Hey guys, it's Jen Carrasco here with Giselle, the beauty guru. So this week we are going to dive in about acne. So as you notice, we are bringing content every week on a subject. And if you look at all of our social media platforms, we are actually launching ingredients that help, knowledge that helps, but also just giving you straight facts and the truth on every situation that you're dealing with your skin, nutrition, whatever it may be that is beauty to you. So this week we are going to dive in deep on acne. This is actually one question that Giselle and I get asked a lot, and that comes into our clinic quite a bit, as well as our online questions from consultations. Do you have anything to go over with that, Giselle, before I start?
No, I think I'll let you talk and then I'll kind of pop in between.
Okay.
But it is something that I personally have had with a lot of my clients, and not only them, myself. I struggle with acne. So this is something I would say that I have done a lot of research on because of the fact that it's something I've struggled with for so long and I know how it feels. So I
Yep.
always try to help others try to learn it too.
Yep, absolutely. So, um, when I was pregnant with my son, a lot of people don't know this. I got really, really bad cystic acne. And cystic acne, there's really not much you can do about it because it really is a hormonal acne a lot of the times, unless you're having an allergy to things in your diet. And so for me, I dealt with a lot of that just being pregnant, and I even couldn't even do anything with pregnancy wise. But I also didn't have the knowledge that I have now about how nutrition actually plays a huge role in it. And back then, even to this day, you hear a lot of doctors say, "Oh, there's no scientific evidence of that." Eating chocolate or whatever else, it's not true. And I'm here to say that over 21 years of experience of being in clinic and dealing with clients, that's absolute bull. Your diet has everything to do with your skin. So I will explain really quick the lowdown of our skin. Our skin is the second largest organ of our body. Our first largest organ is our muscle. So whatever is happening internally into your body is going to externally come out into your skin, because that is the way that your skin purges anything. So if you see anybody with eczema, psoriasis, things like that, it's coming down now to, so I'm working with a doctor as well, and we'll be launching a little bit more, Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, and her and I have had some major discussions about this. A lot of these issues that are coming out are from bacteria, gut bugs, anything, a lot to do in the body. It could be in your bloodstream. It could be, gut bacteria. Your pH is off in your body. And a lot of times that comes to autoimmune disease, comes to acne, comes to eczema, comes to psoriasis. Everything that is happening to your skin is from an internal aspect. Something is going on internally, and that is the reason why you're having reactions. So, um, I wrote out a list just so I stay on task today. So, what are the risk factors for developing acne? And what I talked about, the myths about what contributes to acne, whether it be food, chocolate, French fries, anything like that. And I just did an article on Medium, and it will be posted on my Facebooks, and it will be posted on my pages as well, that having a lot of high carbohydrate foods in your diet play a huge role in acne. And the reason why is because it spikes your insulin levels, eating sugary, high carb foods, because your body can't balance them properly. So nutrition is a huge factor. I mean, even with bodybuilding, it's the same thing. You know, if we want to get protein in, we do want to spike in our insulin levels a little bit to allow the body to absorb the protein into our muscles. There's a whole scientific plot behind it all. And when you're eating high carbohydrate foods or foods that are high in preservatives, or high in sugars, your insulin is always spiking. And when your insulin spikes, you're actually producing more sebum, which is your oil production, more cortisol, and your stress levels actually go higher. So when you're stressed out on top of that, your cortisols jump up as well, which trigger acne on top of that. So Gizelle, I know you and you eat very clean, and I know that you do have a high stress environment. So it could just be the factor that your stress levels are what's causing some of the acne, depending on what's going on, right?
Mhm.
So I always tell my clients and patients is that if you tend to have a carbohydrate or you want something like a sugary something, right? To always load it with a fiber, because fiber counteracts that insulin spike in your body. So for me, I my to go is chocolate. I love chocolate. Well, I found a bar that's called Lily's Chocolate, and it's made with erythritol, and it's made with high fiber. So the fiber content actually counteracts the carbohydrates that are in there. And so then when I'm eating that piece of chocolate, I'm not spiking my insulin levels, right? Now, when I get ready for shows, I do mess around a little bit with my testosterone levels, right? So if I'm doing anything and I'm taking a testosterone supplement to fill my muscle bellies up a little bit, I am messing with my hormones, which then is reacting with acne. And so sometimes you tend to get acne, correct? So certain medications, also birth control, you need to be really careful of. Some people will get on birth control and that actually will create melasma, it will create acne, and it's the hormone shift in our bodies. So a lot of times we need to react or redo oh gosh, the birth control, or vice versa. I have girls that come into my clinic who are 15, 16 that have acne, and they should be on birth control to counteract that acne because it will help with their hormones. Do you have anything to jump in on that one?
I think for me, like I struggled with acne a lot worse than I do now. But I wasn't really eating good. A lot of it is like you want to make sure you're getting your water intake. Because if you look at the map of acne, it tells you like, because my main area is like right here. So it tells you
Hormones.
you need to
It's
bring
hormones.
in
Yeah.
more water. You need to take into effect that your hormones are an imbalance. So for me, I had to do more research on what I was doing wrong. But you also have to clean your skin and use the products that you're supposed to be using.
Mhm.
So I think it just really, if you want to take care of your skin and you want to get rid of the acne, you really have to be serious about it. And you really have to think about what you're doing at that time. And even if you're just writing, like I tell my clients sometimes whether they have rosacea or whatever it is, to write in a notebook what you ate that day, what you did that day, and do it every single day. And at the end of the day, if they had a flare up, to note that, because then they can go back and look at, okay, this is what was different in my diet, and that's what brought my acne, or that's what brought my rosacea to flare up. That's things that are noted. And then also, if you're going to start, your menstrual cycle, you want to note that too. So that way, if something's coming up and you see that you're starting to get acne, okay, well, there's a sign also. Or if you ate something specific, they're all different things to kind of take into consideration. And I've noticed that within myself. And it really helps, like, to actually take note onto what you're doing and to pay attention to your own lifestyle, because that's what's going to help with your own acne.
Amen. I'm really glad that you brought up the journal because I think that's huge. That is one thing that I actually do with my clients as well is make them do a journal. But that's even with eczema and psoriasis and
Yeah.
rosacea because people just have allergic reactions to things and they don't understand where it's coming from. And to write it down, you realize, oh, yeah, I have eaten that over and over. And I am breaking out during this time period when I do eat that. And, it's just like, even when your body, if you swell up or get puffy, a lot of times it's your food that you're allergic to. And another thing too is also having parents that have acne. It is genetic. So it is something that will filter down. So unfortunately, that is when you have to do other things to help you out, than other than just food.
Yeah.
Those are when you actually have to probably come in and get treatments or be on medication or things like that. So I wanted to go over just basically the causes of acne. So, acne occurs when the pores of your skin become blocked with oil, dead skin, or bacteria. Each pore of your skin is the opening to a follicle. The follicle is made up of hair and sebaceous glands. Sebaceous glands are your oil glands. The oil glands release sebum, which is the oil, which travels up to the hair follicle out of the pore and onto your skin. The sebum, which is the oil sebum, keeps your skin lubricated and soft. So one of the problems in the lubrication process can cause acne. So this is where our job comes into play. When you have that problem, you're producing too much oil and it clogs the follicles. Dead skin cells accumulate in your pore when you have too much sebum as well, because it gets trapped. And that's when you need to exfoliate properly with something. Dead skin cell, oh, I already went over that. Bacteria builds up in the pores because it doesn't really have anywhere else to go. And then you get the bacteria that causes a pimple. And then it goes on and on and on. So, how do we treat this at home? So, I'm just going to go over basics really quick for a couple people. We need to clean our skin daily. Now, if you have oily skin, you need to be cleaning it twice a day, once in the morning, once at night, but I always say twice at night. Okay.
Yeah.
To get off the makeup and debris and then to go in a little bit deeper. Another thing is making sure that you shampoo your hair regularly and keeping it out of your face. If you are oily, your hair follicles get oily as well. So it's okay for you to probably shampoo every single day because you have that surplus of oil. Also, making sure that you're using a water-based, non-comedogenic makeup. This is the one thing that I see with a lot of my clients is their makeup is actually what's causing their acne. A lot of times they really do not have severe acne, but it's the makeup that contributes to it, especially blushes. A lot of times I see huge amount of acne through here where people have blush. And a lot of times people are allergic to the red dye, just like in tattoo ink, it's highly allergic. The red is like the most. And that is in a lot of the blushes. So you want to be careful with that. My suggestion for a lot of my clients is they are on the Jane Iredale powder. I tell them to get a darker powder that's not a blush, but a powder that has like a bronzer effect to it, and to use that as a blush because then they won't get the allergic breakout from that. Also, not wearing hats, tight headbands, touching your faces. And my number one thing is squeezing or picking pimples. I know sometimes it's hard. Now, if you have a whitehead on the surface, it's okay to get it because that means that that whitehead, the bacteria is already at the top of that pimple, right? Or on the top of the surface. So it's okay to get that. But the minute that that's gone and you get like a oozy, like just a clear liquid color, stop because you're going to cause more inflammation and that pimple actually is not festered all the way up to the top. So when you know that you've gotten a pimple completely gone is when you have true red blood color. That means that that pimple is usually all the way gone. If you start getting just a clear fluid, stop, because that still means that there's bacteria under the skin and you're going to cause more inflammation. Now, I'm close to my period. I don't know if you can see, I have a nice one that's popped up right here. It's underground and I can feel it. Don't touch those, because with those, most likely, if you leave them alone within a day or two, they'll go away on their own. They'll just calm down. And if you pick, a lot of times when you pick, it will go into another pore and it almost causes like this huge cluster of acne happening just because the bacteria got transmitted to the different pores. So, anything, Gizelle? Sorry, I just went on a rampage on that one.
No, I mean, it's like you were saying, because like for me, I also have one right here. And it's not to the surface, but it's underneath. And what it means is that you're having an infection in the deeper layers of your skin. And if you do mess with it, then you could cause it, like you were saying, to go into the other pores. So, for example, I have some sometimes that it'll look like one, but it'll pop out of multiple pores right on the side of it. And so that's why you do want to avoid touching those. Like you said, if it's like the little white ones that are right here, okay, yeah, that's fine because it's already to the surface. It's worked through the different layers of the skin. Um, a lot of people don't really know the difference of acne and what types of acne. There's whiteheads, blackheads, nodules, papules, cysts, pustules. There's different things, but a lot of people is, cystic acne, a lot of blackheads, a lot of whiteheads, and learning how to respond to that. And a lot of it, like you were saying, is the dirt and oil that's stuck in your skin. If you're not cleaning your skin how you're supposed to, like for myself, again, I have very oily skin. So, and with my hair is super oily. A lot of people can go and only wash their hair 3 times a week. I have to wash my hair every day because of those oils. And the same with my skin. By midday, if I cleanse my skin in the morning, by midday, I need to clean my skin or at least blot it dry because I have all of that oil buildup. And that's where a lot of my acne has came from too, is just having a lot of that oil buildup that I wasn't cleaning. Because before I would clean my skin in the morning when I was in the shower, but at the end of the day, I wasn't. So that was all buildup for 8 hours a day when I was younger that I wasn't cleaning my skin, causing my skin to break out even more. Because I would break out right here in my chin and my forehead. Um, Now I don't really have to worry about that. It's mainly just in my chin area. But like you said, it's just the whiteheads. And those ones are a little bit easier to work with. But the ones that are under the skin, like the cystic acne, those ones are really painful. I get those a lot. But if you just leave them alone, don't mess with them, they'll go away on their own. They'll subside and it'll be like you didn't have it. But if you continue to mess with them, then that's also when more of an infection can happen.
Also, we are going to post on our social media and we'll post this every single day for you guys. So go check out V Skincare line. And if you want to, Virago Studio. But we're going to post the face mapping with acne because I think that is super beneficial for people to know exactly where the acne is coming from and what is triggering it. I even do this for people with eczema and psoriasis because there's a point in our bodies that are causing these triggers in the different areas on our skin. So those are highly beneficial. I'm going to go into some products that you can be using at home to help you. Now, we're skincare gurus. We've been doing this for a long time. You can always book an online consultation for free. I'm not here to necessarily promote our products. I know that what we use works very well, but I'm not doing this to push our products. I'm doing this just to inform you as a consumer. And then that way you guys don't have to hear everybody else's BS and buy multiple products that are not working for you. The first thing I want to go over is a benzoyl peroxide. A benzoyl peroxide will work. A lot of doctors recommend a benzoyl peroxide and a retin-A. Now, I want to say that I do not have benzoyl peroxide in my products. The reason why is because it dehydrates the surface of the skin. And it's great for people who have overly acne or overly oily and acneic skin, but I do feel that it harms the tissue of the skin over a period of time, and especially using it, it sensitizes the skin, and sometimes it can cause reverse reaction for acne. It may clear up, but then it may come back 10 times more than what it was. That's just from my knowledge from being in the skincare industry. The next thing is sulfur. I really do like sulfur. It's in a lot of our products. It does help to kill a lot of the bacteria. Another one is vitamin A. We have two products. We have a men's and a women's product that has the vitamin A in it. And that is highly beneficial because it turns over the cell process even more. Salicylic acid as well is extremely beneficial for acne because salicylic acid will actually work in the follicles. So how do I state this? It goes into like the fatty tissue of the follicle and actually works with the oil better than any type of other acid that's out there. So my usual recommendation for somebody with acne is the less is better. And that's even with skin in general. So when I get a client for acne, I will probably put them on a really good cleanser that's going to strip their skin a little bit more and exfoliate it with a balancer and maybe some treatment serums. It's usually like a 3-step process. I keep it super basic. But I do have them come into clinic and I do have them either do microdermabrasion with the crystals because the crystals are very beneficial for certain acne. That's why you need to find somebody who really understands what they're doing in clinic. And a lot of times salicylic peels are super beneficial. Sometimes TCA peels if you have scarring from acne. So there's many different things out there, but honestly, utilize us, DM us, we'll help you, whatever questions you have. I would rather see you get better help and know the knowledge before you just go out and buy a bunch of random stuff. Or like I always see, people will go to clinics and get services done that actually cause their acne to get inflamed and to get worse because those people weren't highly educated on that. The next thing that I do want to go over with is an oral antibiotic. I do think that there is a time and place for an oral antibiotic. I do think that sometimes your skin is out of control to where you need something to come in and step in to help you. Now, I want to talk about Accutane a little bit. I am not for Accutane. And the reason why is because it's extremely harmful for your body. Now, if I have a client that's coming in that has scarring acne constantly, cystic, it's just so inflamed and it's under the skin and there's nothing we can do, I will recommend them to get on Accutane because it will scar them. And I feel sometimes having the scarring causes a lot more damage to you mentally and personally than it does dealing with the acne. And if you have slight acne to where coming in to clinic and getting treatments and using products is going to be more beneficial, I am going to say I am not for Accutane if it's the point that if you come in for clinic, but I know that what I'm doing is not going to even help you, you need to be on Accutane. So I shouldn't say there's a fine line. There's a big line for Accutane, and it's for those people that highly need it. That is my suggestion with that, because that is something that I've seen with a couple people that come in with acne that I can treat and they can treat at home doing, but they are just so apt to want to take a drug to help them. And it's, I think, the worst possible thing that you could be doing to your body. Anything on that one, Giselle?
I think a lot of people take Accutane because they want to just get rid of it as fast as they can. But they don't realize the toll that it takes on their body. And not even that, on their mental state. I have a lot of friends that actually took Accutane, and it they just felt sick. They were not happy. It just messed with their body in a way that, if you just, let's say something that you could do, like coming in for services or using the right products for your skin, that could take that away. And yes, it will take long, not real necessarily long, but it will take some time. But that doesn't mean to give up on that. But if it's something that you can do without using Accutane, I do definitely think you should do that. But like you said, there is that like few small amount of people that really do need the Accutane. But I feel like before you go to that point, educate yourself. Make sure that
Absolutely.
that's something that you really need. Because if you
Mhm.
ask for a doctor for it, they're more than likely going to say yes just to give it to you. But if you go to an esthetician like one of us and we look at it and we believe it's something that we can truly treat without you having to do Accutane and go through that mental and emotional stress within your body, then you should do that. Yes, it might take some time, like I was saying, but always take before and after pictures. 1 month when you first start your acne regimen, take your picture, and in a month, and then another month, and a following month after that, take a picture, because while you think it's not working, it is. And that could take away from you having to go to the route of using Accutane if it's really not necessary. Because I feel like Accutane is a very harsh drug for the skin, and like you said, for the body. And if it's not necessary, I don't believe that it should be used.
Yeah. And they actually make you go through a lot in order to get on Accutane. So you have to go to the doctor monthly, you have to take pregnancy tests monthly, because they and blood tests, because they want to check to make sure that, you know, you are not getting suicidal and things like that as well with doing that. So definitely do your education on that before you jump in that realm. Um so how can acne be prevented? So we went over a little bit about what you can do at home, cleansers, avoiding makeup. We went over cleaning the skin, making sure that you shower after your exercises is huge. Avoid tight fit clothing, eating healthy, minimize refined sugar, and reduce your stress. One thing I do want to go over is workouts. I am an athlete and highly active, and I know that I do break out when I start doing a lot more cardio. So you want to take that, you know, in essence, that you want to make sure that you remove your makeup before you start doing any of your cardio or working out. Put on clean clothes before you actually start working out. So then that way you don't have dead skin cells, bacteria, oil, anything like that unwashed on your clothes. Apply oil-free sunscreen. My recommendation is do not apply a sunscreen at all, probably if you're going to go work out, if you tend to break out, because a lot of it will clog your pores. Even though I'm not suggesting not wear sunscreen, you should be. During your workout, my suggestion is to make sure you have a clean towel that you're constantly wiping yourself down with, to remove any of the sweat. And then when you're done working out, make sure that you shower, wash your face. If you cannot do that, make sure that you change your clothes to clean clothes, and at least use some type of spray or something on the skin to kill any of the bacteria or the oil and sweat that could clog your skin. One other thing that I do want to go over is people say that sunlight helps to kill their acne. What do you think, Giselle?
Um, well, if you're asking me, I would say when you're in the sun, especially if it's on a hot day, that's when you are going to sweat more. And that's what's also going to be clogging your pores.
Absolutely. So it's a myth. A lot of times they say it will kill their acne, but it does not. It's actually a huge myth. And it will actually cause more skin cell turnover and UV damage. Um, so that is a myth, just to inform you. With that, I'm going through everything, and I think that is everything that I had on my list for acne. I think we detailed it all, unless I'm missing
No,
anything that
I
you want to
think
go over.
I think we got it all. I would just say to make sure that you're using the right products. If you have any questions, you can always ask us. B Skincare line, if you are interested, we do have acne products specifically. But don't hesitate to ask us any questions because that's what we're here to do. We're here to help you. And we know that a lot of people do struggle with acne. So
Absolutely.
we're just wanting to make sure that we're able to assist you in any way that you guys need. Make sure you're cleaning your skin 2 times a day, and use the right products. And just don't overdo it at the same time because it can do more
Absolutely.
harm than good.
Absolutely. And then we are going to have on our story feeds suggestions, products, things like that. So if you guys want to follow, you can check that out, and then you can see any of the products and the information, the ingredients that may help you. But with that, I think we're good to go. So stay tuned. The next week, we are actually going to go over cellulite with the new year. With the new year coming about, we are going to go over nutrition, diet, cellulite, why it's formed, educate you a little bit more on the triggers of cellulite, how to get rid of cellulite. So anyway, have a fabulous new year, you guys, and we will talk to you soon.
Happy New Year.